So I'm going to show you how to make a foundation chain. The chain stitch is how you start every piece of crochet, and it's really important to get this bit right. It's really useful to practice how to do this until it's really regular actually, but I'll show you how to do it. So what we're going to start by doing is making a slip knot to pop on our hook. So we're going to make a loop, and we're just going to bring the end that's attached to the ball of our yarn up and through that loop. So we're ready to pop it on our hook. And then what we're going to do is just tighten it on there by pulling, not so tight that you can't move it, but just enough so that it sits quite neatly on your hook. And then we're going to get the tension for our yarn. So we're going to wrap it from the front to the back around our little finger, and then just bring it in. So we're ready to make our first chain stitch. So to do that, what we want to do is we need to bring the hook in front of the yarn. So the yarn comes over the back, over the front of the hook, and then the hook is ready to grab it and pull it through the loop. So that has made a chain stitch, the beginning of our foundation chain. So I'll show you that again. This is where you want the hook to do all that work. So it wants to come around the front of the yarn, and that yarn needs to sit across so that hook is ready to grab it and put it through that loop on your hook. You'll see we've now got 2 chain stitches in our foundation chain. So I'm going to keep going. I'm going to make 10 stitches. You can watch what that hook does. It comes around, that yarn goes over the top, ready to be hooked, and you put it through the loop. The temptation when you're just starting is to actually try and pick that loop up and put it over your hook. It's still made a chain stitch, a foundation chain stitch, but it's not a good habit to get into. What you really want to do is get comfortable and confident getting that hook to do all that work and putting it through. And you'll see I am using my forefinger to just control it and give myself a little hand. But what you really want is for the hook to be doing what it's supposed to be doing. So what we've just made there is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 stitches. We'll make another 4. So that's 1, that yarn coming over the top of that hook, 2, he's going to go round again like that and grab him, 3, and what you'll also see while we're doing that is what that yarn is doing, how I'm holding it. It's coming really nicely through. What I'm going to show you how to do now is count the chain stitches that you've just made, because getting to know what you're looking at is one of the most important things you can do when learning to crochet. It just makes life so much easier. So we're not going to count that loop that's on the hook, and we're going to start from this end and work our way down. So this is our first stitch. I'm just going to take that out so we can have a good look at it. What we've got here is a V. This V is a chain stitch. So that's 1. As we move down, here's our next V, because what you will eventually do is pop your hook through that loop, centre of that V there. So that's how you know you've got a stitch. So there's 1 stitch, 2 stitch, and as we keep going down, we've got stitch 3 is here, there's the middle of him, stitch 4 is there, there's the middle of him, and as we keep going, we've got 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So it's almost like when you've done a plait, those little V's are your stitches, and that's how you know how many chains you've done.